If you're a painting company that is running Google Ads, but you're not necessarily seeing results out of those Google Ads, that being getting inquiries that are actually turning into jobs, in this video, I'm going to go through a live account that someone has just given me access to so I can show you what you need to look for in your Google Ads account to see what you need to do to actually get results. If you've hired an agency to run your Google Ads and you're not sure if they're even getting results, you can use this video as a reference so you know what to do and you know what to look for at the same time. Straight away, if I'm in the campaigns, what I want to do first is just go to goals and conversions just here on the left-hand side, and we'll click on summary. And I'm just going to go all time for this as well so I can see what's actually happened. Now, these are the actual things that we're tracking for the Google Ads. If you're running a painting company and you want leads, the only two things you want are form submissions and phone calls. And with Google's technology, you can actually track a phone call. We've got here submit lead form. That's cool. Not sure if that's set up correctly, but let's just assume that it is. We've only got 8 total and it needs attention, meaning the tag isn't even working. This person is using this conversion mechanism, but it's not even working. So that's already a red flag. Now here we've got website calls from website. If we have a look at this, this is set up correctly and he's even made it so that phone call only counts if it's more than 20 seconds. Next, we've got calls from smart campaigns. Now we never want to run smart campaigns. They don't give you enough control. So I'm going to disregard those. And we've got phone calls through ads, which is great, but looks like we've never got any calls from the ads. Clicks to call. Now this is someone just clicking a button to call. It does not mean someone who has actually called the business. So these are fake conversions and they don't actually count. Contact us, no real description there, but there's 0. We've got all these random clicks to call several times and it looks like it may be doubled up. Get directions. Now, if you're a painting company, you go to someone's house. They do not come to you. So local directions as a primary action, meaning the campaigns are optimizing to get these directions, this is already a red flag. So this is no good to you as a business. If you see this, something's being done wrong. And we've got local actions, other engagement. We don't need engagement, we need leads. So we need phone calls and form submissions. So this as a primary action, and we've got 475 of this, like this is just completely wrong. Now here we've got a thank you page visit. And what happens when you submit a form on a website is normally it goes to a thank you page. And that's so we can track a form submission correctly, which is great. Website visit people. Not sure what this is. It's set up as a secondary, so I'll ignore it for now, but the thank you page visit, that's great, but it looks like we might be doubling up with these contact form submits. So we might be doubling up on these conversions, meaning the data, the most important thing with Google, is not accurate. Next, if we go to an overview of the campaigns themselves, got a lot of campaigns that have been removed. And you see here, this is me showing all the conversions that someone has tracked. And you can see the name of the business, they've tracked this for some reason. We're tracking so many things, menu views. This person doesn't have a menu, he's a painter. So these conversions completely set up wrong and he's spending money, but he's not going to be getting any leads because the conversions are set up completely wrong. So in total, this person has spent $4,000 and apparently he's got only 48 leads. I'd like to see if that's actually accurate because the city that this person is in is quite competitive. So I wouldn't see leads for that cheap. I would say there's probably double ups in there and it's not done correctly. If we just organize by cost, just go here. So we've spent the most money on this campaign. So we'll click into this and have a look. We've got one ad group with submit lead form and thank you page. So you see here how it's 8 and 8. We're double tracking the leads. So the amount of leads this person has actually got is not completely accurate. 3% click-through is quite low. You want that to be at least 5 to 10%. This is how many people click from the ad to your website. Average cost per click is fairly low as well. Now, painting in this city is at least $10 to $20 per click. So if for some reason we got cheap clicks, what that often means is we're not actually getting the right clicks. We're getting clicks for random stuff, but not for painting work. And you can see it's reflected in our conversion rate, which is only 2.6%. Normally, we want to start with a 5% conversion rate, but we want to be aiming for 10 and 20% conversion rates. That's what we should be getting. So if we look at the keywords, this is also very important. You can see here, we've got a lot of keywords, but they're all broad match. And the problem with broad match is Google will literally show your ad, basically anything that someone types in, and we'll see that in a second. But I mean, the keywords themselves are not the worst. The problem is that they're broad matched. So we're bringing in clicks from literally everywhere. And as a result, we're not actually targeting the keywords that we actually want to show for. So if I have a look in the search terms, we're going to find very quickly that we got house painter. That's great, but no leads. Painters. Now, if you look up painters, this might differ from where you are, but this is a good keyword. So that's great. And we got 2 leads at a cost per lead of $40. Now that's great. If we go painting near me, that's good. Painter good. Wallpaper installer good. Panel beater and painters. This is someone that does panel beating on cars. This is not someone that's doing interior and exterior painting for a house. So we're spending money here on keywords that aren't actually relevant to our business. Painting Sydney, that's great. Wallpaper installer near me, that's great. Wallpaper installer Sydney, perfect. If we keep having a look though and see some of these other keywords, we've got wattle near me. I'm assuming that's going to be something completely unrelated to painting. That is a paint center. So that's someone looking for paint. They're not looking for a painter. They want to paint themselves. Wallpaper hangers, again, nothing to do with our business. Wallpaper installers, that's great. Wallpaper services, that's great. GPI painting, this is someone looking for a painting company that isn't him. House paints, so this is someone looking for paint. So essentially what you want to be doing is going through this list, and I can see there are no negative keywords added. So this person is spending money on keywords that are not actually relevant to his business and therefore need to actually be removed from the search terms. And if we go have a look at the ads themselves, I'm not going to show the exact ads word for word here, but all we need to look at is the click-through rate, which is very low, barely 3%. At an absolute minimum, we need this to be 5%. So that click-through rate is very low. And the cost per conversion, you can see here, $500. That's a lot of money for just a single lead. $86 is a lot better, but again, I don't think that's a real lead. And then this again, $100 isn't too bad for 8, but we're double tracking the leads here. So I don't think that's quite accurate as well. So overall, we're not tracking conversions correctly. The keywords are not done correctly either. The click-through rate is very low. The conversion rate from actual click to lead is very low as well. So overall, we need to work on this entire campaign. There's a lot of stuff not being done right. And at the same time, we need to run a proper landing page because I've had a look at it. I'm not going to show it in this video, but it definitely needs work in comparison to what the competitors' landing pages looks like in the area. And it's reflected on this conversion rate. You know, we need this to be 10% at a minimum. It's just too low to actually justify doing painting work in an expensive city like Sydney. That's going to be it for this video. This is just a quick rundown on how to check your Google Ads account if you're a painting business to see what actually makes sense and what's actually not working when you're running Google Ads for your business. If you want someone professional to look at your Google Ads account and do an actual audit, you're more than welcome to book a call with me below, and I'm more than happy to help.